I was joking, guys. I didn't mean that to go on again. Let's turn that off just a second. Hey guys, happy Thursday. Sorry about that. I had that loop on there. Was not coming off. This is Pocket with Joe. I appreciate you guys for being here. I saw all those comments come flying in before we even started off this game, and appreciate you guys. It's Thursday. Let's make some freaking money today, you guys. I'm seeing the comments. Yesterday, we got so lucky. I have to tell you, that was luck with the Senators going over 4. We were going to cover that puck line, or over 3.5 for that team total. I was sweating that out. We got that over 4 or over 3.5 for their team total. We got them on the puck line. Beautiful game with the Senators. Now, the St. Louis Blues got the win in regulation, and Kopitar got over his 2.5 shots on goal. That was such easy money. That was at plus 118, I think we got it at. The 3 best bets hit yesterday. I'm happy to hear that. You guys, let's make some more freaking money today. Now, we have 13 games on the ice. I actually don't like when we have 13 games on the ice. It kind of feels unlucky to me, but we're going to do it today. I'm going to make some freaking money. The first game on the board is my Calgary Flames taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Calgary is hitting the road for a road trip. This is the first game of a 6-game road trip here for them. They're coming in here at plus 105 versus the Tampa Bay Lightning at minus 126. We got a high total of 6.5. Now, it looks like Jacob Markstrom is expected in this one, and I do think we see him out here. Vasilevsky expected for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, I am shy at taking a total in this one. We saw what Calgary was able to do versus the LA Kings. Came out so strong. They got 4 goals right away in that game. I could see this one going one way or another. We know Vasilevsky has not been as good as we've seen him in past years. Now, Calgary also had that hot start in that game versus Edmonton. We've seen them in a couple games come out flying out of the gate. Looking at Calgary in the first period, I think it's a great way to go because we know when they come out with energy, that is where we're getting that value on Calgary. So I'm going to take them on the money line in the first period. I'm going to stay off the total in this one. It worries me a little bit. We see Tampa coming in here, winning their last 2 games. Both these teams getting the points on the board, both averaging over 3. We know Calgary is dominating, getting those shots. So if they're going to hit Vasilevsky, I expect them to hit him nice and fast in this one because they're averaging 36 shots on goal per game. And we see the Lightning allowing that 30.7 and 3.25 goals per game. Calgary has the better penalty kill as well. So I'm not worried about them getting those penalties. But the last time these two teams did play, Calgary got a big win. It was 4-1. I believe that was in Calgary in that game. Calgary has gone 1-5 in those last 6 meetings, though, and 2-5 in the last 7 meetings in Tampa Bay, with home ice being huge between these two. So while I do lean to this one, staying under the total, we know these games can go over. So staying away from this, the total, just give me Calgary in the first period. I lean on them for the full game just because the values are at plus 105, but I'm not going to take the full game. You guys, a big hi to everyone coming in here. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone coming in the comments and interacting in the chat. So let us all know which games you're liking today and who you're betting for, and which games you disagree on these. Drop below in the video also who you're liking. It's definitely great to see everyone in here. Yeah, it's really sad to see Kane out for 3 to 4 months now. If you guys saw the human aspect, they're showing him and his little girl on between clips at the game. It's really sweet. You got to love seeing the human aspect of these players. Okay, you guys, let's get to the next game on the board. We have the Colorado Avalanche taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. This is going to be a really good game. Now, the Canes here at home. We know the Hurricanes are so strong at home. They're one of those teams that it's really hard for teams to get past. They're coming in here at minus 146, plus 122 for the Colorado Avalanche. They're off that loss to the St. Louis Blues. That was a game we were riding the St. Louis Blues. We saw the situation, how things were going to play out. Now, Binghamton was in goal when they lost to the St. Louis Blues. Binghamton was in goal for the St. Louis Blues, not that he was in goal for the Avs. That would just not work. Francois confirmed for the Avs in this one. Now, he is a 2.55 goals against average. Ranta expected for the Carolina Hurricanes. He's coming in here at a 2.47. The Avs got the win over the Canes. These two teams just played last week. I think the Canes come back here and take it on their home ice. I think this is a good position for this team to get this win. It's kind of like a statement win. They're really limiting on defense the shots on goal of their opponents. Are holding opponents to 26.4 shots on goal per game, which is second best overall in the league. Colorado is doing a good job at limiting those goals as well of their opponents defensively, only allowing 2.71. Now, Colorado has the best power play in the league. So the Hurricanes have to play such a disciplined game in this. If you start seeing them get in that penalty box, the Avs are going to win this. So this is going to be a tight one. This is going to be an absolute battle on the ice, but I think Carolina at home can win this. With Francois and Ranta here, I still do like that under 6. I think there's just too many strong trends to that under between these two. With 12 of the last 16 meetings hitting that under, we did get one push in there, and it's gone 9-1-1 in the last 11 meetings in Carolina to that under. The Carolina Hurricanes so strong right now to that under, 4-1 in their last 5, and the Avs on the road trending nicely to that under as well. Now, the Carolina Hurricanes come in off a nice shutout win over the Blackhawks. That was a 3-0 win for the Canes in that one. And we look at the Avs, they've really struggled in Carolina. They've only won 3 of the last 11 in Carolina. So I'm going to hit the under. I'm going to hit Carolina here on the money line. Little bit more juice than I would like. So make sure you guys go shop those lines. Go over to Betstamp.app and use referral code Madden over there. Get the best lines always, you guys. Big shout out to all of you in the chat here. Appreciate you guys for being here with me today. Okay, let's look at the next game on the board, you guys. 13 of them, like I said today. This one is screaming value. We got the Dallas Stars taking on the Florida Panthers. Dallas coming in here at plus 150. It looks like everyone's on the Florida Panthers. I'm seeing 66% of the money on of the bets on the Florida Panthers. I can't get there at minus 182 for this Florida Panthers team. This total is 6.5. Now, Bobrovsky confirmed in goal for the Florida Panthers. They will have the better goalie out tonight, as Ottinger won't be in for the Dallas Stars. Scott Wedgwood is confirmed. He's got a 3.21 goals against average. Now, Bobrovsky comes in here. He's a phenomenal goalie. Don't get me wrong, but he's like Vasilevsky. They're not looking like the goalies that we saw out of these two last year. He's got a 3.14. I expected him to be sitting around a 2.85. So in this one, I think you have to ride the value with the Dallas Stars at plus 150. I told you guys yesterday, we got to look for these plus money opportunities. I think there's still value on taking the Dallas Stars on the alternative puck line instead of +1.5 because we're not getting enough value there. Just taking them at +1. If we take them just +1 on the alternative puck line for the full game, we're getting +105. And I love that sprinkle on the money line. I'm going to take them straight up on the money line. They could lose this one. The Stars have struggled versus Florida, going 1-5 in the last 6 meetings. I'm looking at the value. I'm looking at the Dallas Stars off the loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They lost that one in overtime 5-4. We've seen the Florida Panthers come in off a win over the Capitals. They won at 5-2, but this is a Capitals team that really is struggling, is dealing with injuries. Home ice has been an advantage between these two. So while I like the Stars today, this isn't one of my favorite games. So give me the Dallas Stars on the alternative puck line at +1, and then on that money line as well. Now, I do lean to the under in this. I know Bobrovsky hasn't been himself. I know we got Scott Wedgwood, but we look at these defenses and the Dallas Stars only allowing that 2.69 goals per game. And the Florida Panthers allowing that 3. Both of these teams have been getting these goals, though, and that's the scary thing. We look at Dallas. They have been blowing some teams out, averaging that 3.75. So while I lean on the under, I do think just the best way is to take the value here and just take Dallas to get the win at +150. This is one that we could quite easily lose, but if I'm betting it, that's the only way that I'm going to take this, or that alternative a puck line at just +1 at -105. The next game on the board, this one is interesting. We have, sorry, you guys, I just was checking odds again. Montreal Canadiens versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, Montreal coming in at -106, the Columbus Blue Jackets at -113. We know Montreal is riding in here off a loss to the New Jersey Devils. Devils just destroying teams at the moment, winning that one 5-1. This is a weird situation. One game road trip kind of situation for the Montreal Canadiens, taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are off a win to the Flyers, 5-4, high scoring game. Now, the Blue Jackets will be starting Corpustello here. He is confirmed in goal. He's got a 3.7 goals against average. And Sam Montembeault confirmed here for the Montreal Canadiens. Now he's got a 2.36. Both of these teams are averaging under 3 goals per game. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets coming in here with the worst power play of the whole league. Both of these teams allowing way too many goals. We have Montreal allowing 3.31 and 33.8 shots on goal, and the Columbus Blue Jackets allowing that 4.33 and 36.2 shots on goal, which is the 31st worst overall in the league. So only one team worser. Worser? Is worser a word? I think worser is a word. We're going to make it a word if it's not. I got to just roll with the Columbus Blue Jackets here at home to get things done. I think the situation of a one-off one-game road trip might throw Montreal a little bit. They've also struggled in Columbus, only winning 1 of their last 8 games in Columbus. And I'm going to take the over 6.5. I think both of these teams offensively get these goals. Corpustello should be pretty good for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I rely on him a little bit more than Sam Montembeault, even though he has a worse record. I think Columbus should be able to get a home win. So that's where I'm going with that one, you guys. Let's move on to the next game. We have the New Jersey Devils taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, here is another line that doesn't make sense. It's like they are begging us here to take the hotter team who is on a phenomenal winning streak, and I'm not buying it. I hate it. I hate stepping in front of the New Jersey Devils here, but I'm going to have to. I think that the Toronto Maple Leafs come in here, get a win on home ice. I absolutely hate it. We see the Devils. They've won their last 10 games. The books are putting Toronto as the favorite at -144. We are getting +120 for the New Jersey Devils. We got a total of 6.5. Vanek expected for the New Jersey Devils. He's got a 2.18. Matt Murray confirmed for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's got a 3.02. The Devils are the better team. We're getting them at plus 120. They're 13-3 on the season, 6-1 on the road, 6-1 on the road on the puck line, 10-6 on the puck line overall. Facing the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are 9-5-3 on the season, 4-13 on that puck line, 1-8 on the puck line at home. Does Montreal win it big? They have the stronger power play here. They've won their last 2 games off a nice 5-2 win over the Penguins on the road. New Jersey Devils, they've won. They've won their last 10 games. I applaud you for not fading. This is a game that all I want to do is bet the Devils here. I feel like it's a trap. If they were coming in here even at minus 105, I would take the Devils. At plus 120, I don't want anything to do with betting the Devils. I think the books are asking us to please hand over all of our frickin' money, because this is one where any other line, I would be betting a lot on the Devils today. I can't get there. It's a sprinkle for me on the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a sprinkle for me on the Toronto Maple Leafs to get a big win here on that puck line, just because of the value of the Maple Leafs at home in this one. They play up to their competition. This team is nowhere near as strong as the Devils. I don't get it, you guys. I hate these situations. Devils coming in here off rest. If you want to pass on this game, I completely understand it, because it doesn't make sense. If you take the Devils, I completely understand it. And I will be kicking myself if the Devils come out and win their 11th game in a row, and I could have taken them at plus 120. So for everyone taking them, I really hope that you hit on them tonight. I got to fade them here, though. I think Toronto gets it done. I think the books are just begging us. Toronto is only averaging 2.94 goals per game. Devils come in at 3.75, second best overall in the league. You can look at the Devils team total with them coming in as dogs. If you're liking the Devils, I would expect them to get the goals here. Their team total is over 3. You're getting that at minus 120. I would 100% take the over 3 at minus 120. I think that is a good way to go. Because if Toronto wants to win this is going to be a higher scoring game. Give me the over 6.5 in this one. We've seen out of the last 5 meetings between these two, 4 of these go over. I just don't get this one. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Devils in regulation. You only live once. You only live once. That's why I'm trying to avoid traps by the books, and that's what it feels like. But Benji, if they come out and get the win, I will be thinking of you tonight. I really hope the Devils win. You guys know I don't like the Maple Leafs. So we'll see what I end up getting to there. I think I'm going to take the Maple Leafs. I'm going to sprinkle on the money, or not the money line. I'm going to sprinkle on the Maple Leafs on the puck line. Let me just pull the value. The books just have twisted my mind on this one. We can take the Toronto Maple Leafs at -1 for plus 106. I want a little bit more value there. So I'll probably stay off that. Might just put something on the money line or stay off it completely, but I don't know. It's not sitting right. The next game on the board at 7 o'clock Eastern, we have the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Boston Bruins. Talk about a game that is so highly juiced. Boston Bruins coming in here at -365 on the money line. The Philadelphia Flyers +285. Total has gone up from 6 to 6.5. I love the Bruins to come out here and get a dominating win. The Bruins are 14-2 this season, 9-0 at home. They've been steamrolling teams at home. I don't see them losing here. Taking them on the puck line at -1.5. There is still a little bit of value. Not a lot of value. That's what I hate. But they are 13-3 on that puck line. They're 7-2 at home on that puck line. Carter Hart expected for the Philadelphia Flyers. We know Carter Hart has been one of the better goalies so far this season, but I think the Boston Bruins can get past him. This team is so strong. They're averaging 34 shots on goal per game and 4 goals per game. They have the best overall power play in the league. Allmark expected for them. He's 11-1 on the season with a 1.96 goals against average. Phillies coming in here. They've lost their last 4 games. The last game was an overtime loss to the St. Louis Blues, 5-4. And the Bruins coming in here just rolling. They've won their last 4. We got that nice big puck line win with them over the Canucks on Sunday. That was a 5-2 win. They're limiting their opponent's shots on goal. They're limiting those goals defensively to 2.19. I can't see any other story but the Boston Bruins coming in here flying. I'm going to take them. And I love this. The first period as well on that puck line at home has been money. Take them first period, take them full game. I love them here today to have an absolutely good game. So that is where we're going with that one. It's nice to talk about one game that you really do like. The Flyers also have struggled in Boston. They're 1-4 in the last 5 meetings in Boston, 3-8 in the last 11 meetings overall. Bruins so strong against the Metropolitan Division, going 4-0 in their last 4, and the favorite is 8-3 in the last 11 meetings. Okay. The Anaheim Ducks and the Winnipeg Jets. Ricky, I see your comment. We're going to be talking about that one in a little bit. The Kraken, definitely a team that can get those wins over teams like the New York Rangers. We'll get to that. That's one of the later games on the card. Right now, I'm going to talk about the Anaheim Ducks taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Jets coming in here as a large favorite at minus 225. And the Anaheim Ducks plus 184. If you think the Ducks are quacking now, we got the Ducks quacking in a line that didn't sit right the other day. Only reason why I leaned on the Ducks. Now they're off that win over the Red Wings. They won that at home in overtime 3-2. John Gibson expected in goal for them tonight. He's got a 4.32 goals against average, or 4.23, sorry, I should say. This team is not getting the goals. They're being held to under 3 goals per game at 2.69 and 30.2 shots on goal. Defensively, this team is allowing so many shots on goal. They're allowing 38.8 and 4.31 goals per game. Connor Hellebuyck coming in here. He's expected for the Winnipeg Jets with Connor Hellebuyck in net. Love the Jets to come out here and get a dominating win. Connor Hellebuyck has a 2.08 goals against average. This team is averaging just over 3 goals per game and 30.4 shots on goal. Now, defensively, they're limiting teams, holding them under 2.5. They're sitting at 2.36 goals per game and 30.8. The Winnipeg Jets, I think, get a nice win here. I'm going to take them on that puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 115. The Ducks have completely struggled in Winnipeg. I don't see them quacking tonight. There's been home ice advantage between these two, going 8-3 in those last 11 meetings. So give me the Winnipeg Jets on the puck line. Nice, short, sweet, and simple. They're 4-2 on that puck line at home so far. The Anaheim Ducks have gone 3-6 on the puck line on the 2-6 this season. I am freezing up a little bit, you guys. I apologize for my internet. I'm not sure what is happening. The next game, hopefully I don't freeze like in a terrible pose. If I do, screenshot it, send it, tag it. I have to see it. My kids do that to me all the time. They make fun of me. Let's talk about the next game, 8 o'clock Eastern. The New York Islanders taking on the Nashville Predators. Now, Sorokin expected for the Islanders. Saros expected here for the Nashville Predators. We have a total that is low. It opened at 6. It's down to 5.5. I wish I got the under at 6. But at 5.5, I can't hit this one under. We probably are more than likely going to see an empty net goal between these two. At 5.5, I have to hit it over, which I don't like because I really wanted to hit that under 6. Both of these teams have won their last 2 games. Defensively, the New York Islanders have been really sound here, especially with Sorokin in goal. They've got a 2.53 goals against average and 32.8 shots on goal that they're allowing their opponents to get. Now, the Nashville Predators just haven't been getting those goals. They've been held to that 2.56 goals per game and 29.1 shots on goal. So I do think the Islanders defense probably controls this game. I'm a little hesitant to take the New York Islanders here at plus 100 because they have struggled in Nashville. They're 0-7 in their last 7 meetings versus Nashville and 3-10 in the last 13 in Nashville. We've seen the Nashville Predators get so many penalty minutes, so they're averaging 12.2 penalty minutes per game. So if Nashville gets these penalties, I can see the Islanders winning it. If they play a cleaner game, I think this is a low-scoring defensive one. So this game, you guys, I don't want to bet it unless I'm just going to take that over 5.5 because now I think it's dropped too low. The over is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings. And I know it's only a half a point, but I don't think this one hits 5. It's either going to go like way under or this one's going to hit 6 or 7. So I'm not loving this game. Going to stay off it. Sorokin over 28.5 save shots on goal at -115. Benji, I do like that. I hadn't had a chance to look at any goalie props. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Been a super busy morning with all of the shows that I have been going on. But Benji, that is a very good point. I do like this because we know the Islanders are still allowing that 32.8 shots on goal per game. We have the Nashville Predators, and my only concern is they are being limited to 29.1 shots on goal. So while I do think Sorokin is going to have a phenomenal day and stand on his head, I just worry that the Nashville Predators, there's not enough room there for them to go over that. I'd like to see this just be a couple more points before I pull the trigger and bet it. That or a couple more shot attempts that the Nashville Predators normally would have. So I can't get there, but I do think it is probably a strong play tonight. Okay, the next game on the board, you guys, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Minnesota Wild. Now, the Penguins are coming into Minnesota here. These two teams are sitting here at -110 apiece. We got a total of 6.5. I think the Penguins come in here, get it done. They got Tristan Jarry expected for them. He's got a 3.56. Gustafsson, I can never say his name right, for the Minnesota Wild has a 2.82. He's expected in goal. I like what we've seen of the Penguins scoring-wise. They're averaging that 3.5, and we know while Minnesota is improving defensively and goaltending-wise as the season goes on, they're spending too much time in that penalty box. This is a team I cannot trust to not get in that penalty box. They're averaging just under 15 minutes, 14.9 minutes. Which is the worst overall in the league for time in the box. So strong trends towards the underdog between these two, with the underdog going 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. The road team going 4-1 in the last 5 meetings, and the Penguins in Minnesota going 5-2 in the last 7 and 6-1 in the last 7 overall. So nice, short, sweet. I'm going to go with the Penguins here. Defense, is letting them down a little. They are allowing those shots on goal to come in at 34.3. So this is a situation where I'd look at Tristan Jarry for his save shots on goal. So I'm just going to pull that up right now with you guys if you want to bear with me, because I do think this is a good opportunity if we're getting a good number, because we know Jarry, while his number is high at 3.56, I think the Wild are going to get the shots on him tonight. Okay, let me just pull it up here, you guys. Save shots on goal. It's coming in at 29.5 at -112. So with Minnesota only averaging that 31.9, I am actually going to stay off of this. I think that's just a little bit too close. I was hoping this one was going to come in at 27.5, so I'm going to stay off it. Let's move on to the next game. The Washington Capitals taking on the St. Louis Blues. I tell you guys, I just want to ride the St. Louis Blues here. I like what we've seen out of them as late. They pulled together 4 wins. They're only 7-8 on the season. They're 2-4 at home, 2-4 on that puck line at home, 6-9 on the puck line overall. This is going to be a hard one, but I look at the Washington Capitals still dealing with injuries. Lindgren is confirmed for them. He's got a 2.98 goals against average. Thomas Greiss expected here for the St. Louis Blues. He's got a 3.77. What I've seen out of these teams offensively, the St. Louis Blues in these last couple have been able to get those goals. We saw them push those totals over when it should have stayed under. They were only averaging 2.6 goals per game on the season, even with some of these big goals coming in. But I still think it is their game to win here. I just look at the Capitals, I think there's just too many injuries. I look at the Capitals also versus the St. Louis Blues. They've gone 1-4 in their last 5 meetings, 0-4 in their last 4 games on the road. I don't love the total here because I don't know what I'm going to get out of the St. Louis Blues team as far as scoring because, like I said, they've pushed totals over when they should have stayed under. So I'm going to take the Blues. I'm going to take them at -110. I think it is a good way to go against the Washington Capitals. Okay, next game on the board. We only have 3 more, you guys. Then we'll do the recap. Remember, I bookmark all of these shows. So you guys don't have to listen to me 5 million hours, but I appreciate everyone that sticks around and does. The Arizona Coyotes take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Coyotes coming in here as huge underdogs at +315, -410 for the Vegas Golden Knights. There is no value in this game unless you like Arizona, in my opinion. And I don't know if I can get there with the Arizona Coyotes. Both teams have lost their last 2 games. Vegas lost, to the Sharks? Like, they shouldn't have lost that game. Logan Thompson is expected for them. He's got a 2.38 goals against average. Vegas is the way better team, bet at -410 on the money line. There's no value on the puck line. They're not strong on that puck line at home. They haven't been blowing teams out of the water, even though they should. They're 3-5 at home. You could take them on the puck line in the first period. That's where I'd feel the most confident about them. But this is an interesting one. So we are Thursday. They've lost their last 2 at home. They hit the road Saturday to face the Oilers, and then they have the Canucks. So they have 2 road games on deck. Is their head in this game, or is their head in the game that's coming up on Saturday up here in Alberta facing the Edmonton Oilers? Edmonton is in their division. I don't know, you guys. I can't get behind Vegas on the puck line for a huge blowout win here. So it's Arizona or no one. I'm not sure I will get there. The Sharks scored 5 goals on Vegas. So you could look at Arizona's team total over 2.5 if they're mentally not going to be ready for this game because they're looking ahead to the Oilers, who they need to win to stay where they are in the division. I don't know. It's a good spot. But can I put money on the Arizona Coyotes in this one? I think there's going to be some goals. Lance, you're right. I think there's going to be goals as well. The over is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in Vegas. I would take the Coyotes team total over 2.5 at +132 before I take anything else. I think that's my favorite bet of this game. I don't know, you guys. There are some weird games on the board today that you just never know. You could take Vegas on the money line in regulation and play it with the Jets, but you're going to pay so much juice, even in regulation. Benji, tell me what you're getting there in regulation because I don't know if I can get there. Eichel to get a goal. I definitely could see Eichel coming in here. He is a phenomenal player at -110 or +110. Either way, yeah, -110. I do like Eichel for that anytime goal. You guys, I will post some goal scorers and shots on goal props as well. I was too busy to get all of those ready for you guys, but I definitely will post some after this game. I would be looking at Calgary's shots on goal players from there because we know Calgary is getting those shots. I'd also be looking at the Penguins. I think they come out with some really good shots. For the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm not sure I'd take their shots on goal, but yeah, I'll post some below this video for you guys. Let's look at the New York Rangers taking on the Seattle Kraken. Igor expected for the New York Rangers. He's got a 2.4 goals against average. Martin Jones expected for the Seattle Kraken. He's got a 2.38. Now, the New York Rangers rolling in here on the road at -130. The Kraken +114. We got a total of 6. Now, I know already some people are liking the Kraken here with that plus money at home. I look at both of these teams off rest, and that is where my concern is. We see the New York Rangers coming in here 6-2 in their last 8 games, playing on 3 days or more rest. And then the Kraken are the opposite. They're coming in off 3 days or more rest. They're 1-9 in their last 10. I think this is a good game for if you like the New York Rangers to take them in the first period because they come out stronger off that rest than the Seattle Kraken do. So I could see Martin Jones letting one go in the first period and the Rangers getting up. Now, the Seattle Kraken have been strong on that puck line at home, but there's no value going 5-4. And we've seen the Rangers they're not dominating on the road. They're still 4-3 on the road. The Seattle Kraken 3-4 at home. So one of these records is going to flip nicely for the home and away. I just think that this one, I'm just going to take the Rangers on the money line in the first period. I don't love it for the full game because I do think the Seattle Kraken have greatly improved from last season. And this is a team that is digging deep and can get these wins. They're 8-5-3 on the season. I didn't think they would be 8-5-3 on the season. And we're seeing so many people backing the New York Rangers. It is worth a sprinkle here on the Seattle Kraken at home at plus 114. So I can't knock anyone for taking the Kraken. It's probably a good way to go. I just think in that first period, the Rangers come out stronger. Then once Seattle gets their feet underneath them, the second and third period, it is anyone's game. Let's look at the last game on the board here. We have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the San Jose Sharks. Now, the Sharks coming in here at minus 128 on a 3-game winning streak. This Sharks team beat Vegas. They beat the Wild, and they beat the Dallas Stars. Okay, the Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild were both in the same sort of situations. We had two teams, both of these teams were playing one-off games at home with road trips on either side of that game. So the San Jose Sharks beating them was a good scheduling situation for them. But to come out and beat Vegas, I didn't see that one coming, you guys. They destroyed Vegas in that matchup. I think they're hot right now. I think we ride with the San Jose Sharks at minus 128. Husso expected for the Detroit Red Wings. He is the better goalie. He's got a 2.57 goals against average for the Red Wings. And James Reimer expected here for San Jose Sharks. He's got a 2.81. James Reimer has been doing a solid this season. Both of these teams coming in being limited on their goals at 2.88 for the Red Wings and 2.83 for the Sharks. When we look at the Red Wings coming in to San Jose, they've gone 1-4 in the last 5 meetings. I think the home ice is going to be the advantage for the Sharks here. 4-0 for the home team in the last 4 meetings. So you guys, I tell you, this card today is going to be crazy. I'm worried to do my recap here because writing down these teams that I'm going to side with and putting in this parlay, I'm probably going to feel sick after this because I don't want to bet on the Sharks. I just think they roll hot here. I think this is the situation. They get a nice home win. They are 1-5 at home this season. I think they're going to be 2-5 at the end of the night here. So let's get to these bets, you guys. And again, I will post some shots on goal below this video. Like you guys know, I get those bookmarks in. So look below the bookmarks. I'll put some that I do like here. I just need probably another good 45 minutes to an hour to get a couple of those in for you guys. So my best bets, or I'll do the recap, then I'll give you my best bet that I'm going to throw into the parlay all at the same time. I'm going to read this parlay over at the end as well. Okay, so Calgary and Tampa. I'm going to take Calgary here in the first period. I'm leaning. I'm not touching the total. I keep telling you guys I'm going to lean one way or the other on this total here. I don't trust it. Calgary first period is like, honestly, the only thing I want to bet in this. It's at plus 105 for the full game. If you trust them for the full game, I lean to the full game, but I'm going to take them in the first period. We know how hot Calgary can come out to start these games. First game of a road trip, they need to come out hot. Between the Colorado Avalanche and the Carolina Hurricanes, I'm going to take the Canes here on home ice at minus 146. I think they come out with a strong game. I'm also going to take the under 6 between these two. I think it's a lower scoring one with these goalies controlling it. For my best bet for the parlay, I'm going to put the Canes on the money line. The next game on the board here, we have the Dallas Stars taking on the Florida Panthers. I really do think we can rely on the Dallas Stars with the value we're getting here. Just take them straight up on that money line. This game is going to be a hard one because home ice has been such an advantage between these two, but I do think the value is all there. I do like the under 6.5, but I am concerned with how strong we have seen the Dallas Stars come out in some of these games. And Bobrovsky isn't looking like himself this season. Scott Wedgwood confirmed too for the Dallas Stars and not Ottinger. So for the best bet, I think if you take the Stars on the puck line at plus 1.5, it's a solid way to go. For just a regular bet, I would take the Stars plus 1 on that alternative puck line because we're still getting plus money at plus 105. It's not as much plus money as I would like. So that's why personally, I'm going to just take them on that money line at plus 150 for my bet in this game. But for parlay reasons, I'll throw them at plus 1.5. The Montreal Canadiens and the Columbus Blue Jackets. I got to roll here with the Columbus Blue Jackets home ice advantage. The Canadiens just have not played well in Columbus. I think the over a 6.5 is definitely the better bet of this game. Both of these defenses are just lacking, allowing these shots on goal to come in. This is one where I'm going to give you guys afterwards some shot on goal props. If you want to actually stick around, I can pull up a couple of those at the end of the show after we do these recaps and have a look at some of those. So the best bet for this one is Montreal and Columbus over. And that is over 6.5. And that's what I would throw in the parlay. The next game on the board, the New Jersey Devils and the Toronto Maple Leafs Eastern Conference battle here. I think the books are tricking us. And I want to be wrong because I want the Devils to win. I don't like Toronto, but Toronto's minus 144 here against a Devils team that's won their last 10, who are the better team at plus 120. I want to take the Devils, but that's what I feel the books want us to do. So I'm not going to fall for it. It feels like a trap. If I'm wrong, then I'll be wrong. But we've taken the Sharks in a situation like this where it felt like the books want us to take the other side. We've taken the St. Louis Blues in the same situation versus the Avs. I got to stick to my guns and roll with where I feel these trap games are, even though I hate it, even though I don't want Toronto to win. So it'll be like a mini celebration either way. I'm going to take the Toronto Maple Leafs here on the money line. I just hate it. But for the best bet, I'm going to take Toronto and the Devils over 6.5. I think we see the goals coming in. If you like the Devils tonight, you can look at their team total over 3. That's coming in at minus 120. So I think that is another solid way to go because we know the Devils are scoring and scoring at will in these games. The next game on the board, we have the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Boston Bruins. I love the Bruins here. I think they easily come out, cover this puck line. Just so strong on the puck line this season, going 13-3, 7-2 on that puck line at home. Allmark in here. I know Carter Hart is expected for the Philadelphia Flyers, but I think the Bruins can get a nice big win. They covered the puck line in each of their last 10 games. So give me Boston on the money line for the parlay. Actually, no. I don't like that minus 136. I'll just take them on the puck line, minus 1.5 for the parlay. You guys can do money line if you want. And I think we got a lower scoring one. I'd probably hit the under 6.5 in that game. The Anaheim Ducks and the Winnipeg Jets. Again, another team I don't want to bet for. I don't want to bet for the Jets at minus 1.5 at plus 115. But that's the way this line is pointing me. I think the Jets come out, get a nice 2-point home win here over the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks off that overtime win. They really had to fight that one out with the Red Wings, getting that 3-2 win. I think the Jets roll here. So give me the Jets for the parlay. I'm going to take the -1.5. You guys can take them just in the parlay on that money line. There's nothing worse than taking a team on the puck line. You're just lessening your odds a little bit for that parlay. For the New York Islanders and the Nashville Predators, I don't like this game, you guys. Both of these teams have won their last two. I worry about the penalty minutes for the Nashville Predators. And I worry about the Islanders coming into Nashville. They have not played strong against Nashville. Nashville is a team that can get the win. But I worry that Nashville won't have enough time on the ice to score here. Sorokin is so phenomenal. Saros is good as well. But if the Islanders are constantly in a power play situation, Nashville's trying to kill that because they're in the box, they can't win this game. So I'm going to stay off this game. This total of 5.5, I've got to now take it over. I liked it under at 6, so it's just like so tight in this one. I'm not going to throw anything in the parlay for it. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Minnesota Wild got a roll with the Penguins here coming into Minnesota. Again, Minnesota is another team that spends way too much time in the box. They're actually the worst team in the league. They spend 14.9 minutes in the box per game. It's ridiculously stupid. This team needs to turn things around. They're also coming in here on 1 day's rest. This is another team that's funky off that rest, going 3-10 in their last 13. I think you could probably look at the Penguins in the first period as well. Just come out strong. I love fading teams that come out weak after rest in that first period. So I think the Penguins for the full game. I think the Penguins for the first period are great ways to go. For the parlay, I'm going to throw in the Penguins just straight up on the money line because we're getting them at -110. The next game on the board, the Washington Capitals and St. Louis Blues. You guys already know it. I am riding with the St. Louis Blues in this one at -110. I just think the values here, they're riding hot at the moment. This team has a little bit of life back in them after just playing so terrible for so long. We've seen the Capitals losing their last two. I think they're going to come in here and with all their injuries, not be able to get the win in St. Louis because they have struggled versus St. Louis, and they're 0-4 in their last 4 road games. Don't love the total in that one. The Arizona Coyotes and the Vegas Golden Knights, again, this line is just out of control, -410 for Vegas. I can't even take them here on the puck line. They have lost their last 2 games. Both of these teams have. The value is on the Arizona Coyotes. Do I want to put money on a Coyotes team against Vegas? No. The only reason I would is if you think Vegas is in a look-ahead spot to taking on the Edmonton Oilers. It's not till Saturday, but this is Thursday. They've lost their last 2 at home. I don't know, you guys. I could see Vegas losing this one. If I pass on the value at +315 on the Coyotes, am I going to be upset? Maybe. I don't know, you guys. I don't love this game. I think you can count on the goals in this one. I would lean on the over. The over is over 6.5. And the Coyotes, if you have faith in them to come out here and get the goals on Logan Thompson, you can look at their team total over 2.5 at +132. The Sharks got 5 goals in their last game out. I don't know, you guys. This is a game I don't really want to put anything on it. So let's leave it out of the parlay. You know I'm sprinkling a little bit on the Coyotes at +315. I'd rather lose it than not put a little bit, but only a little bit. The New York Rangers are taking on the Seattle Kraken. Again, you guys, I do think the Kraken have the opportunity to pull off this win here, even with Igor in goal for the New York Rangers. But I think the New York Rangers come out the strongest in the first period. We've seen the Seattle Kraken coming in off that rest, just not playing strong in those games. They're coming in off an overtime game. I'm going to take the New York Rangers in the first period. I would be looking at this one to be a tight one. There's no value taking the Seattle Kraken on the puck line. So for my best bet for the parlay, I'm going to take the New York Rangers first period only on that money line. Last but not least, we have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the San Jose Sharks. You guys already know I'm throwing the Sharks in here for the parlay on the money line. I think this is a game where the Sharks keep rolling. I can't believe the teams they beat. Now, normally I want to fade a team here coming in off a road trip, but the Sharks are a team that don't go on win streaks like this. I think they roll with this little bit of momentum over the Red Wings, who have struggled in San Jose, going 1-4 in the last 5 meetings. So that's where I'm at. This parlay, it's ugly. Don't love it today. We've got the number of 13 games. So it already sounds unlucky. I'm going to take Calgary in the first period. The Hurricanes on the money line, the Stars +1.5, the Montreal Canadiens and the Columbus Blue Jackets over 6.5, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New Jersey Devils over 6.5. I'm going to take the Boston Bruins on the puck line at -1.5 for that plus money. I'm going to take the Jets. Can't believe I'm taking the Winnipeg Jets on the puck line at -1.5. I just have to. I'm going to take the Penguins on the money line, the New York Rangers in the first period, and the Sharks on the money line. I told you it's ugly. Me betting the Winnipeg Jets, geez, that's a first this season maybe. So I know they have made money. But you guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me here on Puckett with Joe. Appreciate each and every one of you. We've got many bets coming in here, taking Tampa Bay money line, Rangers money line, the Flyers and the Bruins over 6, the New Jersey Devils and the Toronto Maple Leafs over 6.5, the Anaheim Ducks and the Winnipeg Jets over 6. Best of luck, Manny Bets. And Matt is right. If you guys can hit that like button, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm going to look at a couple props here, so anyone who wants to stick around can look at these. I just want to look at the shots on goal, and mainly between Tampa and Calgary. We know Calgary is really doing a strong job at limiting the shots on goal. They're 5th best overall at 27.9. And they are getting 36 shots on goal. Now, Tampa is allowing opponents to get 30.7. So I do think there is value on Andre Vasilevsky for his oversave shots, depending on where this number comes in. I want to see it coming in around 28.5 to 29, and then I'm going to hit it over. If it comes in under that, I'm going to stay off it. So let me just pull this up here. Vasilevsky's save shots on goal over 29.5. It's coming in a little high, you guys. It is at -106. I do think there's value there. It's just 29.5. That seems a little high, you guys. I might stay off this. We know Calgary is averaging that 36. But the Tampa Bay Lightning are doing a strong job at limiting to 30.7. I'm going to stay off that one. Let's look at another game here for some goalie props. Let's look at the matchup between, if you guys want me to look at a goalie prop, let me know. I'm going to look at the matchup between the Arizona Coyotes and the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm interested to see what we're getting in this one. And then I better run, you guys. I'm getting notifications of meetings coming up. So Logan Thompson coming in here at 22.5 save shots on goal at -122. The Arizona Coyotes are only averaging 20.3 or 23.9 shots on goal, which is 32nd overall in the league. They're allowing 34.5. We do not have a goalie prop up for them as their goalie has not been confirmed. Vegas is only allowing that 30.1 shots on goal per game, and 33.1 is what they're getting. I do not trust that goalie prop either. I do not think there's value in that one. These numbers are tight today, you guys. Let's look at Billy Huso and James Reimer here for the Detroit Red Wings and the San Jose Sharks. This might be one where we get value. And people are saying Boston. We're going to look at Boston in a minute. We'll do that one next here, you guys. I want to see what they're giving us for James Reimer here. He's actually been the strength of the San Jose Sharks defense. My phone is going crazy. Okay, James Reimer is coming in here at over 26.5 at minus 118. This is one that I probably could get behind. We're looking at the Detroit Red Wings. They are getting an average of 32.6 shots on goal. The San Jose Sharks are allowing those shots to come in at 30. Oh, no, sorry. The Red Wings are only averaging 28.9 shots on goal. But the Red Wings, you guys, not loving these props today. Not at all. Let's look at that one for Boston. The Boston Bruins, definitely, I think they have a strong day in this one. Allmark is fantastic. Now, Carter Hart, we have him confirmed too. So his save shots on goal is coming in at 30.5 at minus 122. And Allmark, God, I'd love to take him for a shutout here. Taking Allmark for a shutout is plus 590. Just not as enough value here. Allmark save shots on goal is coming in at 25.5. Okay, so let's look at this matchup. Allmark, 25.5. Now we have the Philadelphia Flyers averaging that 29.6 and Boston allowing 30.4. I do like Allmark over 25.5 save shots on goal. Now Carter Hart is coming in here at 30.5 at minus 122. The Boston Bruins are averaging 34 shots on goal per game. The Philadelphia Flyers are allowing that 34.3. I actually like this one better than Allmark, you guys. While I do think Boston gets a nice big win here today, we know Carter Hart has been absolutely phenomenal. He's gone 6-2-3 on the season. He's got a 2.42 goals against average. This is one I'm going to hit Carter Hart over 30.5. Save shots on goal at minus 122. I do think he comes in strong. I'm glad we looked at this one together. But you guys, that was it for Puck It with Joe. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me here. Have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow, and hopefully we sweep these. Oh, best bets. If you guys want to know my best bets, let's do the best bets. I like doing the best bets the most. The Bruins. I'm going to take the Bruins here on the puck line at minus 1.5. I think the first period for them on the puck line as well. Other best bets I like. Let's take the Carolina Hurricanes at home. I think they get it done. I don't love the value at minus 146. Shop those lines, get better value. Again, use Betstamp. And then I got to take Calgary in that first period to come out strong at plus 105. Those are the three I'm liking the best. The best goalie prop would be Carter Hart, saved over 30.5 at minus 122. I think he comes out and has a strong day. That's it, you guys. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Hit that like button. I know it's it takes a little bit of time if you're watching on other social media, but I really appreciate it here over on YouTube. You guys have a great day. We'll talk soon. Bye now.